Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Derek Martinez. The identity of the victim in a deadly house fire in Avoca has been released. According to an obituary, the victim was 65-year-old Michelle Williams. Officials say the fire broke out in the 600 block of Main Street in Avoca around 5 a.m. on March 23rd. Firefighters say the victim's body was found after crews worked to get control of the flames. The home sustained heavy damage in the blaze, and firefighters from 9 different departments worked for about 3 hours to get the fire under control. The cause of the fire has not yet been released. A Wilkes-Barre man is facing charges after police say he struck a pedestrian with his vehicle and fled the scene. According to Wilkes-Barre Township Police, William Boyle has been charged with aggravated assault, accidents involving personal injury, and failure to notify police of an accident in connection with the incident. Police say the incident took place around 3 a.m. on Monday near the Sheets on Wilkes-Barre Township Boulevard. The victim told police that he had been walking southbound away from Sheets when he was hit from behind and fell to the ground. According to the victim, he then limped back to Sheets to get help. Police say video footage of the incident showed a white Pontiac Sunfire striking the victim and losing a side view passenger mirror. The vehicle was later located in the area of Blackman and Hazel Streets, and Boyle was taken into custody. At the time of his arrest, police say Boyle smelled of alcohol and refused to take a chemical breath test. Boyle is currently behind bars at the Luzerne County Correctional Facility for lack of his $10,000 bail. The victim sustained an elbow injury in the crash and was treated at a nearby hospital. PA State Representative Dane Watrow and Senator Dave Argel will be hosting a free concealed carry seminar on Wednesday, April 9th from 6 p.m. to 7:30 p.m. at the West Hazleton Borough Building. The seminar will feature Luzerne County District Attorney Sam Sanguadolce and Luzerne County Sheriff Brian Zumsky, who will explain the do's and don'ts of gun ownership and answer any public questions about PA gun laws. We spoke with Representative Watrow, who was excited to share this information at the seminar.
Safety is super important above everything else, so gun safety is important, and then we're going to talk about your right to conceal a weapon and the proper way to do it and the legal way to do it. So there's all things that are going to be great information is going to be there.
Anyone interested in attending the event is asked to register at repwatrow.com/events or by calling 570-344-1573. The deadline to reserve a seat is Wednesday, April 2nd. The West Hazleton Borough Building is located at 11 South 4th Street in Hazleton. Coming up on WYLN News, the city of Hazleton celebrates the start of spring with an upcoming Tulip Day event. Plus, PA State Representative Brenda Pugh invites the public to an open house. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
WYLN News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Health Network Pediatric Rehabilitation Services in Hazleton, a brand new location custom designed with children in mind. Our team of therapists and specialists improve the lives of children who need physical therapy, occupational therapy, and speech-language pathology.
Hi, my name is Melania. Tomorrow is going to be cloudy.
Weather Kids is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Hey, it's Justin from Grand Central, and our trained sleep professionals are here to help you sleep like never before. With an extensive line of Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses, we are sure to find you the right mattress at the right price. Free delivery and removal, interest-free financing for up to 60 months, and same or next day delivery on select models.
And don't forget, everyday low prices.
Stop in to one of our 2 locations,
Route 93 in Escapec,
Or downtown Hazleton.
and see why Northeast and Central Pennsylvania sleeps better with Grand Central.
When you see news happening in your neighborhood, call WYLN News at 570-459-1869 or email us at news@wylntv.com or send us a message on social media through Facebook. WYLN, we're your local network. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969. Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35.
Welcome back to WYLN News. A woman is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Natalie Bosco is wanted on charges of tampering or fabricating physical evidence and theft by unlawful taking. She is known to have ties to the Scott Run area. Anyone with information regarding her whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office by calling 570-325-2821. With spring in the air, the city of Hazleton is inviting residents to a flower-themed event at Candu Community Park. The event will run from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sunday, April 6th. During the event, residents are invited to hear live music, enjoy a variety of food options, and view a stunning display of 50,000 tulips in bloom. Each participant at the event will also be invited to pick 10 free tulips to take home. The event will take place rain or shine, and parking will be available at the Freely Parking Plaza and the Hazleton Parking Garage. The event was organized by Van Hoeklen Greenhouses, the Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress, and the Mayor Cassatt Hazleton Revitalization Fund. PA State Representative Brenda Pugh is inviting the public to an open house at her district office in Luzerne. The open house will take place on Thursday, April 3rd from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. During the event, residents will have the opportunity to meet the representative, enjoy light refreshments, and learn about the services offered at her office. For more information or to RSVP, you can call Pugh's office at 570-283-1001. Registration is not required, but will help the office plan for refreshments. The district office is located at 161 Main Street in Luzerne. Coming up on Catalyst's News Choice, Chris Fomer leads us down the path through history with Lehighton Part 2. Plus, we discuss the consequences for littering on this week's Trooper Talk Tuesday. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi Electric, Mr. Slim, ductless, heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, what would you do? A man calls you from Florida who for 18 months his pain is so bad, no doctor has helped him, 15 of them. 18 months of pain, he's suicidal. I went to Florida. Let's see if I help the man.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Something is out there. What it is, no one knows. However, since its first sighting, there have been numerous reports of strange lights in the night sky. Some say they are extraterrestrials, flying saucers. But to all of those seemingly unrelated uncertainties, there is one common thread.
Solo Spaceman. Watch Solo Spaceman on WYLN Thursdays at 1:30, Saturdays at 7, and Sundays at 4:30.
Lehighton would be formally incorporated as a borough in 1861, and had already found a way to bring the community together a few years earlier with the premiere of the Great Lehighton Fair in 1858. Held in the grounds of today's Lehighton Area High School, the fair was in operation all the way through 1992, when it would evolve into today's Carbon County Fair. Among the earliest businesses in Lehighton after its founding were grist mills and tanneries. Other industries would eventually take hold as well. The Lehigh Stove Foundry Manufacturing Company was an early example, begun in 1865 in the oldest building in town at the corner of Lehigh Drive and Main Lane. It would remain in operation until 1927. Joseph Obert, who began his time in Lehighton as a cabinet maker and grocer, began a slaughterhouse in 1867. Pigs and cow would be taken straight off the train and driven to the facility for processing. Although it burned down in 1875, Obert rebuilt it bigger than ever and continued processing its meat into the 1930s. Frederick Leukel began as a butcher, then branched out into banking. He and his son John built the Leukel Building, the biggest structure downtown, in 1894. The building still stands today as a dentist's office. And Benjamin Colton began as a confectioner, then expanded by buying out George Snyder's Bakery in 1900, which proved a very profitable business for him. His wife Maria had also made a small fortune with her hat-making shop, and the two of them purchased much real estate in downtown Lehighton. Cigar factories were also a notable business in Lehighton. 5 of them operate in the borough at various times, including A.F. Diefendorfer's and I.S. Cuck's. Isborn Cuck, owner of the latter, would later get a chance to prove his worth as an amateur detective in 1900, when the body of a man was found in Packerton Yards, having drunk a fatal bottle of carbonic acid. From conversations with his customers while making business trips through the Lehigh Valley, Cuck was able to positively identify the victim as George J. Jones of Richland Town, Bucks County. For the official officers of the law in Lehighton, the lookout for criminals in the community never ceased. Of course, in 1870, the police's suspicions would be heightened following a bank robbery in Wilkes-Barre. Soon after the crime, a quartet of men were seen hanging around Mance's hotel in a suspicious manner. Gossip soon spread about their possible involvement in the heist, and Constable John Weston decided to bring them in. When he and his men attempted to approach the suspects at the hotel, however, the presumed robbers drew their guns and escaped out the back of the hotel, swimming across the frigid Lehigh River in the middle of a February snowstorm. Weston quickly rounded up a posse and doubled around into the crooks on the other side of the river in Weissport, taking them into custody after a quick fight. The suspects were convicted and sentenced to 20 years in Philadelphia's Eastern State Penitentiary, where they would all pass on. Rumors persisted around Lehighton for years afterwards about $30,000 in cash, bonds, and securities, perhaps buried in Packerton Dip east of Weissport. And in May 1906, 3 unfamiliar men came to town. That evening, they were seen digging over in Weissport. In the general area the loot was rumored to have been found. Gunshots would be heard overnight, and one of the men would be found shot dead in the site the following morning. The apparent buried loot, if it ever was there, was never found. Towards the end of the 1800s, several other landmark businesses would get their start in Lehighton. Fred Horlocker would open a bottling company on Bridge Street in the 1880s. He and his son George would eventually move their business to Allentown, and as the Horlocker Brewing Company would produce beer for the Lehigh Valley and beyond through 1978. Another business chose to remain in Lehighton, the Bayer Silk Mill, which opened in 1898 at Bridge and South 7th Streets. It would be the largest employer in Lehighton proper, with 264 workers at its peak. Owner Eugene Bayer was a third-generation member of a family of silk magnates from Paterson, New Jersey. Eventually, additional mills would open in both Berwick and Turbotville. The Lehighton Bayer Silk Mill closed in the 1970s. 1901 saw the Pan American Exposition open to guests in Buffalo, meant to be a showcase of American progress. Among the attendees at the Great Fair was Theodore Snyder, who had first come to Lehighton as a school principal and had stayed in town to become a wealthy solicitor and land developer. While at the fair, Snyder fell in love with the Michigan Pavilion, one of several pavilions that were sponsored by states across the country. The building, designed by Detroit's Lewis Camper at the cost of $10,000, was white with a green roof and featured a wide hall and luxurious parlors inside. Like almost all the buildings at the exposition, it was set to be auctioned off following the fair's end. Snyder knew very quickly that he wanted the building, and so, in October 1901, 1 month after William McKinley was assassinated by anarchist Leon Czolgosz inside the exposition's Temple of Music, Snyder, through his agent James Hurd, successfully bid $500 for the Michigan Pavilion. The building was dismantled and started arriving in Lehighton in pieces in early 1903. Snyder had the pavilion reassembled at the corner of 7th and Iron Streets, which was then still mostly a rural area. He renamed the building the Colonial Court Mansion, which soon earned plaudits as one of the most elegant homes in the entire Lehigh Valley. In addition to the mansion itself, the grounds also featured a pond, gardens, and a zoo with peacocks and deer. Theodore Snyder lived in the Colonial Court Mansion until his death on May 16, 1907. His widow Emma remained there until just before her own death in 1915. Their children leased the mansion to Charles and Phoebe Miller, who hoped to operate as a boarding house. These plans would come crashing down, however, on April 7, 1916, when the mansion caught on fire. Muddy roads and fire hydrants also clogged with mud prevented firefighters from being able to do anything to save the Colonial Court Mansion, which burned completely to the ground. A private residence now stands on the site. Only 2 other buildings from the Pan American Exposition still stand today. The New York Pavilion, which today houses the Buffalo History Museum on its original site, and the Wisconsin Pavilion, which is now a summer house in Ontario.
Lehigh Valley Health Network is now proudly part of Jefferson Health. And when 2 healthcare leaders come together for the community, you can expect more. More access, more doctors, more convenience. Jefferson Health and Lehigh Valley Health Network. Together for the future of care.
Attention Wyln viewers, Wyln TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. Wyln, we're your local network.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hello, I'm Wyln historian Chris Fulmer. Pennsylvania's communities are filled with interesting history. Come with me as we discover the people, events, industries, and other historic facets of local towns.
Hello everybody, welcome back to another Trooper Talk Tuesday segment. I'm Trooper Anthony Petrowski, Trooper and Public Information Officer. Today we're talking about littering. I know, it's one of my pet peeves, and most police officers, state troopers out there, we can't stand it. The reason being is because this is where we live, this is our community. Why would you want to litter in your community? Well, we can't necessarily stop people from littering, but what we can do is teach them a lesson, and that's in through the course of a citation. So if you pull over from your vehicle and throw a bag of garbage on the side of the road, we can arrest you for scattering rubbish. It's a citation. It's a non-traffic citation. You would have to either plead guilty or not guilty. If you plead not guilty, we go in front of a judge, we have a hearing. Or if you throw something out of your vehicle while driving, we can actually pull you over for that. That's a primary violation, meaning we could pull you over just by seeing that, and we can issue you a traffic citation for scattering rubbish from within your vehicle while it's moving. This is something that we all need to stop doing. Keep a bag inside of your car when you're going on a road trip. Throw your garbage in the bag, and then when you get home or you get somewhere, throw it in the garbage. This is our community. This is where we have to drive our vehicles. This is what we have to look at. We shouldn't have to look at trash. And I will say this, the Pennsylvania State Police is dedicated to citing people who scatter garbage throughout our Commonwealth. I guarantee we will do it. It will not be a warning. You will receive either a non-traffic citation or a traffic citation. You've been warned. Please don't do it. If you know people who do this, please tell them. It's going to cost them a lot of money. It's easier to keep it within the vehicle and throw it away when you get home. If you want to meet one of us in the wrong way, throw something outside of your car, and I guarantee you won't be happy. Let's not do it. Let's keep our roads clean. If not, it's going to come out of your wallet. Thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you back here on another Trooper Talk Tuesday.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.